Yes.
Okay, so you have your own reading passage, which is same. And now you can see the exercise. There are 4 statements. First thing first, you have to read the instructions. What kind of test in IELTS? What you have to do is to read the instruction carefully. Here, click T button to read the text, then complete the sentence below by choosing the correct options from the drop-down list. So every statement has uh, choices, options, and you have to choose the correct one according to the reading passage. Okay, like this, because the options are not same, so it is better for you all to focus in one number first, which is number 1. In the section A, the writer suggests that the current thinking on the nature versus nurture debate is what? Okay, this is the options. Okay, I give you time to read the passage and please decide which one is the best options. It's about nature versus nurture. Uh, Nature is based on scientific, perhaps genetics. That's nature. Nurture is related to the social life, social activity. It's all about which one that influences the development of a person, whether nature or nurture. But this is kind of debate still always uh, still always relevant until today.
Yes, CB, I would like to try number one.
Okay.
So I think that in this paragraph, the answer is too simplistic.
Too
Simplistic.
simplistic. Okay. Any other answer? Alternative answer? Waiting. So me important say that the answer is too simplistic. So the current thinking on nature versus nurture debate is too simplistic, terlalu disederhanakan. Okay, let's skip the answer. How about number 2 in section B? So you will focus on section B. The writer identifies himself with, gonna show you the options. Others, genetics, geneticists, genetic, environmentalists, ahli lingkungan. Okay, which one is the best answer, the best options? For your information, there is still multiple choices in
Coach,
IELTS. Yeah,
I'd like to answer number
number 2.
two.
Yes,
Yep. Um, the answer is environmentalist.
environmentalist. Okay, let's skip the answer. Okay, now number 3. The writer uses the example of a baby in section C to demonstrate that penulisnya itu memakai contoh seorang bayi untuk mendemonstrasikan atau untuk menyatakan bahwa these statement we are not same as chimpanzees. There is evidence to support his view, or humans are different from each other. Kelihatannya we are not the same chimpanzees. Oh, no. Or perhaps that option. No clue. Multiple choices in IELTS. There is no A, B, and C or D. Usually it will be like this. Section C, only in section C.
I think the answers is there is evidence to support his view
Okay,
in CBS.
saving that answer. Last number 4 in section D. Now, you have to focus on section D. The writer criticizes Whitley for sorry, showing you the options. For ignoring some the evidence or accepting research results uncritically or presenting an incorrect thesis. Right here. Find the best options.
I think it's ignoring some of the evidence, coach.
Ignoring some of the evidence. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Now let's see. Berarti siapa yang menjawab nomor section A, number 1? Miss Rosa ya?
Yes,
Miss
coach.
Rosa. Okay. In the section A, writer suggests that the current thinking on the nature versus nurture debate is too simplistic. Why the debate is too simplistic, Miss Rosa? I need you to point the key words or key phrases or key sentence in section A, proving that the debate is too simplistic. Can you point? Can you show? You pinpoint the key words as the evidence or as the proof, yeah, that the debate is too simplistic.
Yes, coach. So I think that why these studies or these research are too simplistic because in the section A they were talking about the line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 about unsophisticated claims that there are genes for this or that trait. So I think that's why I choose too simplistic. That what give it away, coach.
Jadi, saya akan sampai titik ya. Unsophisticated, tidak ya, sederhana ya. Kalau unsophisticated itu kan kompleks. Kalau unsophisticated berarti sederhana. Unsophisticated claims that there are genes for ada gen yang untuk ini, for this, for that, atau untuk itu, atau untuk kepribadian itu. Trait itu kan kepribadian ya. Nah, hal tersebut, claims tersebut, which fail, gagal, to understand, to memahami, that how a gene, bagaimana sebuah gen itu is expressed, diekspresikan, depends both, tergantung pada on the active cooperations of many other genes, depends on, tergantung pada bagaimana aktifnya kerjasama antara gen, and on the cell within which the genome is set, di sel di mana di dalamnya itu ada genom yang sudah terset, are misleading. Jadi seluruh anggapan ini are misleading. Atau kalau di sini ada, kalau Anda teruskan, nor is the environment a simple concept covering as it does everything from DNA via the organisms as a whole to ever-changing physical living world in which all life occurs. Itu sudah misleading, menyesatkan, dan juga anggapan tentang lingkungan itu simple concept. Jadi itu bukan sesuatu yang simple. Kalau ada nor itu kan negatif. Nor a simple concept berarti tidak simple. Nah, terus ini juga ada unsophisticated claims, titik sampai di sini dia mengatakan mana di misleading, yang dianggap unsophisticated itu misleading, dan juga yang ada kata-kata nor negatif, nor simple, tidak simple. Ya, unsophisticated misleading, kemudian simple concept ada nornya di depan. Berarti tidak, ya, tidak simple sama dengan kalau dikatakan, berarti kan kompleks ya, tidak simple kan kompleks. Berarti bisa dikatakan nature versus nurture debate itu terlalu menyederhanakan, padahal kenyataannya kompleks. That's why it is correct. Okay.
Yes, coach. That's right. I think that's
Nomor 2, who answer number 2? I forgot. Hello.
Mas Bima.
Oh,
Si-
Mr. Bima.
Yes, coach.
Yeah. Could you tell me the keywords or the key phrase proving that the writer identifies himself with environmental as, yeah, environmentalist, yeah.
Yes, coach. It's in. I'm sorry. Yep. It's in sentence. The second sentence.
Second sentence. Ini,
Yes. Yeah. Yes, coach.
we have been accused of being simple environmental. Kita ya. Kalau we itu termasuk saya berarti. Anda dan saya. Berarti saya di situ kan penulisnya. Nah, berarti seorang ahli lingkungan. Oke, good. The difference between Indonesian and English is relate one of them, one the obvious factor, one of the obvious thing is about third person, orang ketiga. Nah, kalau di sana we itu termasuk kami dan kita. Kalau di Indonesia dibedakan ya, kami itu beda dengan kita. Kami itu Anda nggak termasuk, kita itu Anda termasuk. Tapi kalau di sana nggak dibedakan, semuanya we. Oke, number three. Who answer number three?
Me, CB.
Oke. The writer uses the example of a baby. Untuk apa? Untuk mensupport his view. Nah, can you find the key phrase? Disuruh saya. Apa?
Yes.
Oke.
Yeah,
Section C ya.
it's almost in the last sentence of section C, I think, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe like the line number 20 or 21st, like
Which one?
the last three the last three sentence, I think. Oh, the one, two, the last six line. You only have to think of the reorganization of chemical processes demanded from the newborn baby as she emerged from the protection of the womb.
You only have to think of the reorganization of chemical processes demanded from the newborn baby as she emerges from the protection of the womb into the rough and tumble of the outside world, needing at once to engage previously untried mechanism, enabling her to breathe, to suckle, and to regulate her temperature. You only have to think. Anda harus hanya yang Anda harus pikirkan, yang Anda harus lakukan adalah berpikir tentang reorganisasi proses kimia yang dimainkan seorang bayi yang baru lahir saat dia emerge from the muncul dari rahim ya, ke dalam dunia yang keras ya, into the rough and tumble of the outside, needing at once to engage what previously dibutuhkan sekali untuk engage apa ya, melakukan kontak ya, untried mekanisme yang belum pernah dicoba yang memampukan bayi tersebut untuk bernapas. Tapi ini yang paling menjadi kata kunci. You only have to think of the reorganization of chemical process. Ini kan idenya kan, view-nya kan. Demanded from newborn baby. Ini contohnya. Jadi idenya ada di atas sebetulnya. The central issue is to understand the role played by 30,000 or so, 30,000 gen, the human process in the development of the 100 trillion cells of our bodies, and why it is that despite the tiny difference between the chimpanzee and the human genome, no one would make mistake with one of us or one of them. Jadi sentral isunya adalah memahami peran dari 30.000 atau lebih gen dari manusia dalam perkembangan 300 triliunan sel di tubuh kita. Dan kenapa? Jadi kita sama simpanse itu sebetulnya hampir sama ya. Tapi walaupun hampir sama, tetaplah tidak sama. Jadi tetap berbeda. Dan kenapa walaupun hampir sama tetap tidak mungkin salah untuk memilih ya, untuk mengidentifikasi. Nah, ini kemudian dijelaskan di ya seorang bayi yang baru lahir ya. Oke, there is evidence to support his view. Okay, number 4, section D. Who answer number 4? Siapa
Me,
yang
coach.
menjawab? Okay, can you pinpoint the
Sure.
keywords or the key phrase?
Sure thing, coach. It's in the middle of the paragraph.
Okay.
The that sentence, coach. But although his tales of how James blah blah blah.
One.
Yes, that sentence and the next, I guess. So that's the main idea, and then the next sentences are the explanation.
Until this part, point.
Yes, coach. Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. In section D, writer criticizes rightly. Ini rightly mungkin ilmuannya ya. Berarti kenapa dia mengkritik rightly? Nah, ignoring some of the evidence. But although his tales and kisahnya ya, of how genes and environment mutually interact, bagaimana genetik, atau gen ya, gen dan lingkungan itu berinteraksi, saling memberikan sesuatu yang positif, are largely accurate, walaupun ya tentang itu akurat, he still has a problem in recognizing just how complex the biological and behavioral issue. Di rightly, he itu kan rightly kan masih punya masalah tentang mengenali bagaimana kompleksnya hubungan antara masalah biologi sama behavior, perilaku, ignoring some the evidence. Ignoring some the evidence. Let's see. Evidence-nya di mana ya? Is that he has a problem in
The
recognizing.
next two sentences, coach.
Okay. From thus ya. Thus he discusses research showing that a gene for a protein yang ini okay, but hasn't realized that they can still learn without ini providing one modifies the training routine. And he points rightly to the conflicting data on gene. Jadi dia benar tentang conflicting datanya that might be relevant to schizophrenia. But, doesn't take on board the claims by many psychiatrists. Okay, doesn't take on board. Those are actually the key phrase. Nah, mungkin salah satu dari Anda ada yang mungkin googling doesn't take on board itu apaan sih? Coba di googling. Ada yang tahu doesn't take on board?
Such like a disagreement.
Yes, kurang sependapat.
Iya, doesn't take on board. Not accepting or understanding something. Not incorporating it into one's thinking or actions. Tidak apa ya? The keyword is not incorporating. Tidak memasukkan itu sebagai sesuatu hal yang dia pikirkan. Jadi ada yang harusnya dipikirkan tapi tidak. So in other words, dalam kata lain berarti mengignore kan? Nah, mengignore, mengacuhkan. So actually that is the key phrase. Doesn't take on board. Doesn't take on board. Yeah. This key phrase is actually useful for speaking, yeah. Speaking. Doesn't take on board. Ignoring. Okay. Any questions related regarding this? If there is no questions, let's go to the next reading activity. Okay, still same reading passage. What you have to do is to fill the blank space for those three sentences or three statements. Okay, you can begin right now. Statement. Yeah, true statement. Agak ngantuk ya. There is
Sorry, Coach, if I didn't understand correctly. So these three questions, the answers are in the section D. So we need to find the answers on the section D, right?
yes. Section B. You see the instruction? You just focus on one word and one word. Sometimes you are required to type only one word or only one or two words or one until three words. Three options. But for this activity, you just have to type one word only.
Number one, I think I found the answer. The answer is anekdota. Anekdoda. Sorry.
Anekdotal.
Yes. Anekdoda.
Anecdote.
Yes.
Related to something fun. Number two, most of what Ridley says in his book is blah blah blah, despite some problems. Saya tadi sempat saya bahas. Sebetulnya tuh ini, tapi ada masalah di sini. Sebetulnya itu ini berarti kan positif.
Number two, accurate.
You see, accurate.
Yes.
Ridley fails to recognize that some research into may be unreliable. Research apa yang nggak reliable itu, yang belum valid, tidak bisa diandalkan, unreliable. Jadi itu gagal mengenali bahwa beberapa research di bidang itu kurang reliable, tidak reliable.
Coach number 3, schizophrenia. I don't know how to say it.
Schizophrenia. Schizophrenia.
Schizophrenia.
Yeah, it's difficult to write it. Schizo. It's so. I hope that spelling is correct. Okay, yeah. That's because if I type it incorrectly, yeah, still consider incorrect. Jadi hati-hati sama spellingnya ya. Kayak ini kan susah. Saya sendiri juga eh, kadang salah ya. Schizophrenia. Padahal di IELTS Anda juga harus ngetik juga di reading. Ngetik dengan benar. Oke. Nah, section D. Oke, Miss Rosa, could
Yes.
you point which one is the key phrase for number 1? Anecdotal. Why is it called anecdotal techniques?
At line number 3, as with many professional science writer, Wright Lewis of making this point is somewhat anecdotal,
Yeah.
bringing his thesis to life by story. Da, 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 da. So I think that's the correct answer. Like rightly typical style, it's somewhat anecdotal.
Okay. Rightly typical style is to use anecdotal techniques to present his argument, menggunakan teknik yang lucu ya, anecdote. As with many professional science writer, rightly way making this point. Ini adalah contoh parafrase. Ini reading itu hubungannya sama writing. Jadi Anda di sini sudah melihat contoh bagaimana sebuah ide, sebuah makna itu ditulis dengan dua kalimat yang berbeda tapi maknanya sama. So one idea, one meaning can be written in two different or two totally different sentence. Rightly's typical styles to use anecdotal technique. Rightly's ways of making the point is anecdotal. Only anecdotal as a word that same, yeah. Others different. Satu teknik, satu style or way. Bringing his thesis to life by stories of particular researchers. To present his argument. To bring his thesis. They are actually saying. Okay, number 2. Ini tadi Miss Rosa lagi ya?
Yes, coach.
Iya.
Number 2, line number 1, 2, 0, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Line 13, that But although his tale of how genes and environmental mutual interact are largely accurate, so I think that this Ridley research that mostly accurate, but there are also some flaws in his thesis.
Yes. Some flaws ya, ada kelemahannya ya tetap. But although his tales of how genes and environment mutually interact are largely accurate, most of Ridley says in his book is accurate. Despite some problems ya. Although, nah Anda bisa menggunakan parafrase yang satu pakai despite, lalu setelah despite kan kata-katanya enggak kata-kata tanpa apa ya, tanpa subjek sama verb, nah, tanpa klausa. Despite langsung merasa, despite some problem. Nah, kalau although harus pakai subjek sama verb, ada subjek predikatnya. But yeah, it can be, it's a different words, but it can be used for paraphrasing an idea. Okay, number 3. Still, Miss Rosa, can you point the keywords
Yes.
or the paraphrase?
The paraphrase, schizophrenia, the last, the last 7 line, I guess. And he points rightly to the conflicting data on genes that might be relevant to schizophrenia.
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 It's so difficult, but doesn't take on board the claims by many psychiatrists. So I think that there is still some failed recognition in Ridley's research about schizophrenia.
Iya, schizophrenia. Yeah. And he points rightly to the conflicting data on genes that may be relevant to schizophrenia, but doesn't take on board the claims by many psychiatrists that the very diagnostic category itself, it's insecure. Nah, unreliable di sini dikatakan di passage-nya insecure. Insecure, and that maybe it should be abandoned. Ditinggalkan dulu karena masih belum valid. Invalid, insecure, unreliable, those are synonymous. Okay. Reading PPT, the third one. For this, you have to find the right headings for each section. There are 8 options, but you know there are only 4 sections, so you have to choose the best options, still based on the same reading passage. Okay, you can read it from now. Okay, we have to find if the heading of the minor integer.
Yes, coach. For the section A, the heading is number 2, the scientist view. And then section B, I think number 5.
Number 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Just only that I think I need to review that first. Only A and B, and I've got the answer.
Okay. Section A, section B have been answered. How about section C and section D? Others want to answer? Please find the headings for section C and section D.
For section C is number 6, coach.
Number 6. Okay. Okay. One. Section A is 6. Okay, section A is 6. Then the 6. Oh, dia ada yang beda.
Sorry, coach. I think I'm a little mistake on sections A. Sections A, the answer is number 3. Time for everything. Sorry, coach. That's my. Sorry.
Okay,
coach.
okay. Now section D. Wanna answer section D? Section D.
Section D is number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Let's see. Okay, section D is still incorrect. Perhaps there is a revision. You still have one chance to correct this.
Section D, I think number 1. A step in the right direction.
See. Okay, that's good. Why section A is 3? Time for rethink. And you find me the key phrase. Miss Rosa, yeah?
Yes. So for section A, because for the last questions that we agree that the section A, the thesis or the research are too simplistic, and they're of course unsophisticated claims. So it's time for everything. It's time for new kinds of research. I think that's why the answer is time for rethink.
Because of the debate ya, tadi debate tentang nature sama nurture-nya itu ya too simplistic. So masih tanda tanya ya. Not the environment, concept, everything from DNA via the organism as a whole to ever-changing physical living in which all life occurs. Okay. Yeah, I think it can be a key phrase too. For at least 20 years, some of us have been trying patiently to explain why it is time to bury so-called nature nurture debate as leftover from earlier phase of science. Jadi di awal justru ya, keywords-nya ya, untuk selama 20 tahun, bagian dari kita sudah mencoba secara sabar untuk menjelaskan kenapa sih harusnya bury, berarti kan dikuburkan kan? Kita harus mengubur debat nature versus nurture sebagai sesuatu yang sudah ditinggalkan di awal fase awal science. Nah, bury dikuburkan debat tersebut. Kalau dikuburkan, pandangan tersebut berarti sudah ditinggalkan. Berarti time for rethink. Nah, jadi awalnya keywords-nya atau key phrase-nya ada di awal ya. Oke, number number section B. Nah, section B. Kenapa jawabannya nomor 5 headingnya? A mediator arrived. Ada mediator yang datang nih. Nah,
Yes, so because we were introduced Matt Ridley, now along comes Matt Ridley, an articulate campaigner in this battle. So I think he's considered as a mediator.
oke, Bradley yang datang menawarkan sebuah pandangan ya. Katanya apa ini? Nature, genes, of work by affecting nurture, while nurture environment affects how genes act. Lebih mereka itu saling mempengaruhi ya, saling mempengaruhi. Bukan siapa mempengaruhi siapa, tapi ya siapa yang sebenarnya mereka berdua saling mempengaruhi. Nurture sama nature, gene sama environment. Okay, section C. Why the heading is 6. Jadi section C itu headingnya evidence of the complexity of human development. Ada yang bisa mengidentifikasi keywords-nya atau key phrases-nya atau key sentence? Bisa lagi mungkin. Or tadi ada yang jawab satu orang lagi. Kan key phrase tadi.
It's me, coach.
Yeah. And you identify the key phrases.
Um,
Yeah. Oh.
think
Ya. Di kompleksitas perkembangan manusia.
the key lies, it's in the middle of the paragraph, coach.
Oke.
The key lies in development and in the sector, that sentence.
Development. Development. Oh, ini ya. This one. This one. Third.
Yes, coach.
Yeah. This one from this one during development.
The key lies, yes, that sentence, coach. Coach.
Hmm. The key lies in development and during the development of the other way in which at Mr. Woodard. Okay. Oke. Coba mungkin kita ke yang pertama. Central issue is to understand the role played by 30,000 or so genes we humans possess. Jadi kita punya 30.000 gen dalam perkembangan, dan dalam perkembangannya 100 triliun, ratusan triliun sel di tubuh kita. And why it is that despite the tiny difference between chimpanzee and human genome, no one would mistake one for us, one of us for one of them. The key lies in development, and during development we do the order way in which at one time the cellular environment itself in part the product of earlier gene actions, which is mungkin ada yang lebih bisa sih, tapi ada yang lebih jelas lagi mungkin.
I think the section C, the key or the main idea is in that sentence, coach. I mean the way the
center,
writer, the way I think the writer start the explanation from that sentence and going on to the next when the way the writer explain.
Yeah, the complexity can be seen from 30,000 or so. Jadi ada 30.000 gen di manusia, played by 30,000 or so genes we humans possess in the development of the 100 trillion cells of our bodies. Nah, jadi dari 30.000 itu berperan dalam perkembangan berapa ini? Ratusan triliun sel di tubuh kita. Nah, itu sudah mengindikasikan sebuah kompleksitas pada human development ya. Kemudian diterangkan di sini the key lies tadi ya in the development. Kuncinya itu terletak pada perkembangan, dan selama perkembangan tersebut yang disebut cellular environment. Tuh. Jadi ini agak tersirat. Kompleksitinya bisa terlihat di kata-kata 30.000 gen yang dimiliki oleh manusia. So, genes we humans possess dalam perkembangannya, dalam perkembangan itu triliunan sel yang ada di tubuh kita. Itu it signifies complexity, complex things. Oke. Sekarang section D. Section D, jadi siapa yang menjawab? Silakan mengidentifikasi key phrases-nya, frasa kunci atau kata kunci or keywords. Why section D? The heading of section D is number 1, a step in right directions.
Yes, coach. For section D, we've seen that there are some problems and also some recognition on Matt-Radley's thesis. In the last sentence, but progress is being made. So there is some evidence that we are in the right directions for these debates.
But the progress is being made. Walaupun ada kesalahannya, ada flow-nya tadi, ada invalidnya, tapi but progress is being made and it would be ungenerous, adalah tidak jujur untuk tidak menyambutnya, untuk tidak menerimanya. Matt Ridley, nah ini yang lebih is on the road, but his pilgrimage is not quite over yet. Any one of you knows the meaning of pilgrimage? Ada yang tahu pilgrimage? Pilgrimage, his pilgrimage. Kalau
Perziarahan.
iya, perziarahan atau perjalanan spiritual ya, perjalanan spiritual. Kalau yang Muslim ke Mekah, kalau yang Kristiani ke mana? Ada yang ke Vatikan, ke Yerusalem, ke intinya perjalanan ziarah. Tapi kalau di sini perjalanan ziarahnya, perjalanan ziarah intelektualnya ya. Might rightly is on the road, sudah ada di jalan. On the road, sudah di jalan benar. Tapi ya perjalanannya is not quite over yet. Masih belum selesai. Masih harus ada yang diperbaiki sana sini. So, in other words, dengan kata lain, a step in the right direction. Sebuah langkah di arah yang benar. That is the paraphrase. Okay, reading activities has been done. So, we are going to the listening activity. Okay. Any question previously for the previous activity? While I'm setting the Zoom so it can share sound too. Okay. Kalau listeningnya itu ada di sini. Ya. Listening, ya. But before you do this activity, it is better for you to read the instruction and read what kind of listening activity that you are going to do. It is called table completion. Di IELTS juga ada yang seperti jadi macam-macam listening, bentuk listening sama readingnya, nggak melulu ABCD seperti pokok. Atau mendengar seorang dosen ya berbicara mengenai teknologi di dapur. Type 1 or 2 word. Nah, tadi hanya type 1, sekarang type 1 atau 2 ya. Words from the recording in each gap. So, we can conclude that it is, or the word is explicitly spoken. Jadi words-nya itu secara eksplisit diucapkan. Nah, tinggal Anda cari apakah yang ini yang dimaksud. When you have completed the exercise, check your L. Oke. Jadi ini ada soal, diketik, dilengkapi satu dua kata yang ada di percakapannya nanti. Percakapannya tentang seorang dosen memberikan kuliah tentang teknologi di dapur. And you are given a table. There are 2 columns, equipment and possible functions. Jadi spoon measures apa? Spoon mengukur apa? Oven gloves, sarung tangan oven, mengindikasikan apa? Mug, sama memberikan tanda tentang apa? Titik-titik apanya itu titik-titik level. Or detect apa? Kemudian titik-titik wafer. Dan bla 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 itself into any type of dish. Okay. So I need you to focus on table. Are you ready to listen and note take? Everyone, please confirm.
Yes, coach.
Okay, I'm gonna check the volume. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Now, The title of this lecture is Cooking Up a Digital Future, because that is where technology in the kitchen is going. There's now a range of new products being developed that are going to completely change the way we cook, and hopefully improve the way we cook and the dishes we produce. To give you an idea, let me give you some examples of the way that technology is developing. First of all, scientists have produced a spoon that literally teaches you how to cook by recording the temperature of food and then telling you on a digital display. This is a critical factor in cooking, and one many people get wrong. To an outsider, some of the concepts may seem far-fetched, such as oven gloves, which calculate the cooking time and then talk to you to tell you. Of course, many more tests have to be done before these things can become marketable. But I think one thing that will be very popular, which is in development at the moment, is a mug made from a combination of LCDs, bimetal strips, etc. It not only conveys temperature, but can warn you if there's too much sugar in your drink. As well as this, it has a further system which can tell if the drink contains bad milk, for example. But this is something where much more development is needed to make sure that it complies with safety regulations. So I think it will be a long time before we see anything like this in the shops. One of the most remarkable ideas that I've seen is a plastic wafer, which is apparently going to reduce kitchen clutter by 1/3. So that should make it very saleable. It can transform itself so that it creates the shape of any dish, deep or shallow, and it can be stored as a thin disc.
Okay, time to take note. Spoon measure what?
Temperature.
Temperature. Oh, baik. Okay. How about oven globes indicate what?
Time.
Excuse me?
Cooking time.
Cooking time. Wait, yeah. Apps. Mark to functions. Signals
Sugar.
what? Signal?
Sugar,
Sugar levels or detect
bad milk,
Bad milk.
that milk. Then wafer.
plastic,
Plastic. Waver. Plastic.
Then it's
Transform.
transformed. Let's see. Oh, wait. Perhaps
I think it is. Oh yeah,
transforms ya, because tunggal ya, wafernya satu. Oh, ada yang. Oh, I'm sorry. Typo. Sorry. Indicate tadi apa? Cooking time ya?
Cooking.
Sure. Well. Plastic.
Bad milk.
Transforms. And see? Yeah. I'm gonna show you the kitchen. The kitchen. The transcript. Okay. I'm gonna play it again.
Now, the title of this lecture is Cooking Up a Digital Future, because that is where technology in the kitchen is going. There's now a range of new products being developed that are going to completely change the way we cook, and hopefully improve the way we cook and the dishes we produce. To give you an idea, let me give you some examples of the way that technology is developing. First of all, scientists have produced a spoon that literally teaches you how to cook by recording the temperature of food and then telling you on a digital display. This is a critical factor in cooking, and one many people get wrong. To an outsider, some of the concepts may seem far-fetched, such as oven gloves, which calculate the cooking time and then talk to you to tell you. Of course, many more tests have to be done before these things can become marketable. But I think one thing that will be very popular, which is in development at the moment, is a mug made from a combination of LCDs, bimetal strips, etc. It not only conveys temperature, but can warn you if there's too much sugar in your drink. As well as this, it has a further system which can tell if the drink contains bad milk, for example. But this is something where much more development is needed to make sure that it complies with safety regulations. So I think it will be a long time before we see anything like this in the shops. One of the most remarkable ideas that I've seen is a plastic wafer, which is apparently going to reduce kitchen clutter by 1/3. So that should make it very saleable. It can transform itself so that it creates the shape of any dish, deep or shallow, and it can be stored as a thin disc.
Okay, that is the explanations, yeah. Transcript. Next listening activity. Okay, still the same topic. Lecturer talking about technology in the kitchen. So, but what you have to do is to choose which equipment fulfills the function listed below. So there are list of equipments and you have to match them with the correct function. Like usual, you will listen and notate. Are you ready? Perhaps I'm gonna give you time to observe the questions. So there is camera, computer, kettle, fridge, spice rack, sink was called, yeah. And the function it can resist the breakages, preserves oven temperatures, reminds you of its contents, indicates what to use when cooking. Are you ready? No, please confirm. Everyone is ready? Is everyone ready? Let's go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Scientists are also looking at the actual fittings and fixtures in kitchens. And a lot of this is spurred on by industrial kitchens, where there is a need for high efficiency. Researchers spent some time looking at the biggest problems in these kitchens and then set about resolving them. First of all, they're developing a sink which is made from an extremely soft material, so you can throw things in without breaking them. Very important in a high-pressure kitchen. In fact, the material used is a form of silicon rubber, and it will take water at around 700 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, there are more mundane items, such as a kettle, which can display how long it has left to boil based on the water level. In fact, this particular piece of equipment is an example of simple progress on an everyday object. Turning to appliances, there is also a camera which has specifically been developed to fit inside an oven. This then shows you how your cake is rising or meat is cooking, for example, to save you opening the oven door and losing heat. Lots of these developments have come about because of what we can now design and calculate on computers, so they are a true feature of the technological age. Much of the equipment is even built entirely by computer and only checked just before it leaves the factory. This is particularly true of large appliances. We're currently already seeing new fridges on the market which have sensors and weight balances. They can monitor what's in them and alert you if, for example, you run out of butter or milk. This type of feature can be developed to apply on a much smaller scale, although admittedly not in the near future. I really would encourage you to get out and go to trade fairs to see what the future holds though. For example, I went to a technology fair last month and I was interested to see some of the things that are in development. The detail is amazing. I was particularly struck by a spice rack which can actually tell you which spice to use in any given recipe. You need to see what's going on to spark your own imagination before we start the design course.
Okay.
Okay.
To answer.
I only certain number 4 is spice rack. Spice rack. Number 4. Yes.
Yang bisa
Bisa
menghidupkan.
mengendikasikan.
Ini fungsinya
Number
apa?
number 3 camera. Number 1 sink.
Sing.
Number 1.
Number 2 I'm not so sure, but I think it's kettle.
So, okay. Okay. Three. Yeah. Number 2 and number 3.
I think number 2 is camera and number 3 is computer.
Okay. Unfortunately, number 3 still.
Number 3 fridge.
Wait a second, I'm gonna repeat. So number 1 is, can you
Number
repeat
1
this? Sing.
sink.
Number
Number
2,
2 apa tadi number 2? Itu apa ya? Number 2
Kamera.
fridge. Oh, kamera.
kamera.
Kamera. Number 2 camera, number 3 fridge.
Okay. Okay. This is the explanation, yeah. Fifth. 1, 2, 3, go.
Scientists are also looking at the actual fittings and fixtures in kitchens. And a lot of this is spurred on by industrial kitchens, where there is a need for high efficiency. Researchers spent some time looking at the biggest problems in these kitchens and then set about resolving them. First of all, they're developing a sink which is made from an extremely soft material, so you can throw things in without breaking them. Very important in a high-pressure kitchen. In fact, the material used is a form of silicon rubber, and it will take water at around 700 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, there are more mundane items, such as a kettle, which can display how long it has left to boil based on the water level. In fact, this particular piece of equipment is an example of simple progress on an everyday object. Turning to appliances, there is also a camera which has specifically been developed to fit inside an oven. This then shows you how your cake is rising or meat is cooking, for example, to save you opening the oven door and losing heat. Lots of these developments have come about because of what we can now design and calculate on computers, so they are a true feature of the technological age. Much of the equipment is even built entirely by computer and only checked just before it leaves the factory. This is particularly true of large appliances. We're currently already seeing new fridges on the market which have sensors and weight balances. They can monitor what's in them and alert you if, for example, you run out of butter or milk. This type of feature can be developed to apply on a much smaller scale, although admittedly not in the near future. I really would encourage you to get out and go to trade fairs to see what the future holds though. For example, I went to a technology fair last month and I was interested to see some of the things that are in development. The detail is amazing. I was particularly struck by a spice rack which can actually tell you which spice to use in any given recipe. You need to see what's going on to spark your own imagination before we start the design course.
Okay, that is last activity for tonight, I think, because more than 9:30. Okay. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Actually, there is one more, but I think it's better for me to do this, like, or only 2 questions. Do we have to do this as the last activity, or we should end now? It's up to you. Here you have to type 3 words.
One last task, perhaps, Coach.
Excuse me?
Yes, coach. Let's give it a go.
Okay, let's finish it, yeah? Okay, here, still same topic. What you have to do is to complete this statement, this sentence. Changes in the kitchen environment will occur as what? New blah 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 materials will also be introduced. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Just one further point before we move on. You need to be aware that although these changes to our kitchens are all in the offing, they're not likely to be developed further and certainly won't go into production until costs come down. But this will happen slowly. The other thing is that the developments are not just limited to equipment. Building firms are also looking to make smarter kitchens and predict that new floor and counter materials, which are more flexible, will be coming our way. Now let's look at some other innovations in the area of food preparation.
Okay, perhaps some of you can answer. Number 1, changes in the kitchen environment will occur as 3 words.
Coach, can we listen one more time?
Okay, I'm gonna replay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Just one further point before we move on. You need to be aware that although these changes to our kitchens are all in the offing, they're not likely to be developed further and certainly won't go into production until costs come down. But this will happen slowly. The other thing is that the developments are not just limited to equipment. Building firms are also looking to make smarter kitchens and predict that new floor and counter materials, which are more flexible, will be coming our way. Now let's look at some other innovations in the area of food preparation.
You said price comes down.
Okay, as cost come down. Okay, second one.
Building,
Excuse me.
new building materials.
New building.
New
Okay. Yeah.
new contour, floor.
Floor. Okay. Floor. And counter. Yeah. Yeah. The second. 1, 2, 3, go.
Just one further point before we move on. You need to be aware that Although these changes to our kitchens are all in the offing, they're not likely to be developed further and certainly won't go into production until costs come down.
Oke, perkembangan teknologi itu tidak akan diproduksi ya hasil-hasilnya sampai cost-nya ya turun ya, karena mungkin di prototipe masih mahal ya.
But this will happen slowly. The other thing is that the developments are not just limited to equipment. Building firms are also looking to make smarter kitchens and predict that new floor and counter materials, which are more flexible, will be coming our way. Now let's look at some other innovations in the area of food preparation.
Ya, terus ada nanti harus disesuaikan dengan ada yang keadaannya ya, situasinya ya. Nanti ada bahan-bahan untuk kan kitchen kan, bahan-bahan untuk lantai itu akan menyesuaikan ya, ada bahan-bahan baru, new floor and counter material will also be introduced. Okay, it is actually the last activity of listening for tonight. What the presentation, and standard. Okay, so I think it's time for us to end this meeting. When I stop sharing, just want to say thank you for your participations and for your attentions. I know you are tired, but we appreciate your efforts to follow this activity, since reading and listening activity is an activity that requires focus, and even though you are tired, you are still able to follow it. So just want to say thank you again for your participation and for your attentions. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank
Good night,
you,
CB. Thank you,
Sidik.
CB.
Welcome. And yes, I'm
Thank you,
leaving.
Coach.
Yeah.